Faculty of Medicine, unlike other faculties, does not use the CGPA grading system to grade the academic performance of students at the end of exams. Rather, the examination results are presented simply as pass, pass with distinction, or fail. The examination generally involve written, viva voce, and practical exams, including clinical exams with live patients in the clinical years of medical school. The pass mark is usually 50%, while a distinction requires one to score 70% and above, which is often not easy to obtain. As we know, medical school can be very challenging, and out of 60 to 70 students in a class taking an exam, only 3 or 4 of them might get a distinction. Sometimes, distinctions are not even recorded. Because of this, many medical students believe that getting a distinction in medical school requires you to study for very long hours without breaks, which is quite impossible. Some even believe that you have to let go of a lot of things, such as social media, friends and family, as well as hobbies and extracurricular activities to remain focused as medical students. The truth is, achieving a distinction will require a lot of hard work, dedication, and willingness to constantly learn and improve, but taking care of your mental and physical health is just as important as getting a distinction in medical school. Hello there, this is MedZone TV, home to medical school excellence. MedZone TV is an online medical community that presents you with series of web-packed activities ranging from captivating stories, top-notch medical contents, fascinating videos, quizzes, monthly challenges, and a lot more you can't afford to miss. Today I will be sharing with you the truth you need to know to get a distinction in medical school. Please sit back, relax, and listen. An obvious but often overlooked strategy for getting a distinction in medical school is attending all of your lectures and actively participating in class. If you want good grades, you must be willing to attend your lectures. Top medical students who get distinction in medical school use a simple rule, and that is, if the lecturer didn't include it in the lecture, then it must not have been too important. The classroom is a worthy guide for studying lecture notes and materials. Many textbooks and lecture materials are ambiguous and complex to study. However, when you attend classes, the lecturer, who obviously knows a lot about the subject or course of study, breaks it into understandable and digestible chunks for easy assimilation. The classroom is where you will learn the fundamental knowledge required to succeed in your examinations. In class, you will get new insights, perspectives, and dimensions to the subject of study. You and your colleagues will also get to ask questions, think critically, and provide answers to relevant questions under the guidance of the lecturer. Instead of spending hours trying to figure out what the author of the medical test you are studying is trying to pass across, you can simply ask your lecturer in class. You get a better understanding when you relate what the lecturer says or taught in class to your personal study. Additionally, you can easily predict where exam questions will come from and the style in which these questions will be asked by attending lectures. Yes, you heard it right. Lectures are usually good at highlighting the most important information in a given topic. Besides highlighting what is high yield, attending lectures puts you in a studious mood. It reminds you of the reason why you are in medical school, and this is necessary so that you don't lose sight of your goals. Your lecturers also get to know you and mentor you. Also, you will not miss impromptu tests and class exercises when you attend lectures. Attending lectures is a key component of achieving academic success and personal growth, as it has been proven that class toppers and high flyers don't miss classes. Skipping classes may seem like an easy way to save time, but it can impact your grades in the long run. Another tip to help you achieve that distinction in medical school is to study smart and not just hard. Studying smart in medical school involves many different strategies. It involves asking people who have had a distinction before, or seniors who are considered to be high flyers in their class, for a guide to help you navigate your way through. It involves studying every material and every topic that have been taught and not allowing materials to pile up. You shouldn't be studying new concepts days before an exam, as medical school is not just about memorizing textbooks. It's about understanding different concepts and their correlations. Going to night classes some days before an exam will not only force you to rush through the topic instead of studying it properly, but it will also exhaust you to a large extent with the risk of breaking down. Unless it is absolutely necessary, avoid staying up overnight to study as it is unhealthy and usually unproductive. Getting enough sleep helps you to focus better and keep stress under control. It makes you stronger and improves your concentration. It is a recipe for good grades as it improves your concentration, making study sections more productive. Always plan your studies. If possible, draft a reading timetable that would help you be more productive. Find a productive study space, that is, an environment that is right for you and free from any sort of distractions. This could be the library, classroom, or somewhere in your hostel space, and then build effective study habits using evidence-based learning methods like active recall. Learn to link what you are studying with what you already know and try to review the information from time to time at spaced intervals. Also, learn to simplify and summarize everything you are studying. By doing this regularly, you train yourself to quickly identify high-yield areas likely to come out in an examination. If you are interested in getting more tips on how to study smart and not just hard, we have a video on how to remember nearly everything you read in medical school. I'll be leaving the link to the video down in the description. I recommend you see the video after you are done watching this video. Moving on, another tip that you must know to get a distinction in medical school is that medical school exams can be very challenging, and one of the ways to get a very good grade is to practice as many past questions as possible before the exam. Past questions can be very useful for preparing for an exam in medical school. They give you an idea of the types of questions that will be asked, the format of the exam, and the level of difficulty. By studying previous year's question papers, you can identify areas where you need to focus your studies and also get a sense of how to approach different types of questions. Practicing past questions will improve your retention rate and will help you better understand what you have studied. Past questions will give you an idea of what examiners are expecting and hence improve your performance in the exam. You can use past questions to practice and see how much time you will spend to complete an exam paper as if it were the actual exam. With such a resource, you'll be able to understand how it feels to sit for an actual exam and improve your time management skills. Past questions will provide you with knowledge of the frequently asked exam questions and thus give direction to your revision. Those who study past questions for any exam, whether an in-course exam or a professional exam, know that questions can sometimes be repeated. Sometimes these questions are repeated word for word or with only a slight change in the sentence, figure, or option. Practicing as many past questions as possible will help to boost your self-confidence before the exam. I must sound a note of caution though. Although past questions are instrumental to passing an exam, past questions should not be the only method of preparation and should be used in conjunction with other study techniques such as reviewing notes and textbooks, attending lectures and tutorials, engaging in group studies and discussions, and lots more. If you are still watching this video at this point and probably finding it helpful, please consider giving this video a thumbs up and subscribing to our YouTube channel. Moving on, another tip to help you achieve that distinction in medical school is to be humble and ready to seek help when needed. Humility plays a crucial role in learning. When you approach learning with humility, you are more open to new information, more willing to admit when you don't know something, and more willing to listen to and appreciate other people's ideas. When you are humble, you acknowledge that you don't know everything and that there is always something new to learn. This attitude helps you to be more receptive to new ideas and be more open to feedback and constructive criticism. You can easily join a study group when you are humble. You will find it easier to ask questions in your study group, and group members will find it easy to listen to you as well as discuss information and various medical concepts during study sessions with you when you are humble. Also, you can learn valuable study habits from other group members, and one or more group members who understand something you don't are more likely to teach you when you are humble. But when you approach learning with arrogance or overconfidence, you are less likely to listen to other people's perspective or to acknowledge your limitations and areas that needs improvement. This can lead to close-mindedness that limits your ability to learn and grow. Again, medical school can be challenging both mentally and emotionally. Because of how voluminous the curriculum is, medical school can potentially lead to burnout or exhaustion. Never be afraid to seek help from your classmates, members of your study group, senior colleagues, or lecturers when needed. Sometimes all you need is a listening ear or a shoulder to lean on. Moving on, another powerful tip you need to know to get a distinction in medical school is to teach what you have learned. Yes, you heard it right. One of the most powerful memory techniques is recalling newly learned information by teaching it to someone else. This technique helps you review, recall, and retain what you have learned than just silently looking over the material. You can teach a close friend or classmate. If you are too shy to speak to anyone, you can pretend you have a couple of invisible students who really need to learn what you have covered and teach them. Research has shown that students who teach the ideas they got from studying develop deeper and long-lasting understanding of the material than students who don't teach it. Yes, students who spend time teaching what they have learned go on to show better understanding than students who simply spend the same time with studying the material. When you teach something, you need to understand it deeply and be able to explain it clearly. This process of explanation can help you solidify your own understanding of the topic. Also, teaching others can give you a new perspective on the material, as your students may raise questions or objections that you had not considered before. This can help you to broaden your own understanding of the topic and see it from a different angle. Ultimately, getting a distinction in medical school won't happen overnight. It requires a combination of hard work, discipline, dedication, and perseverance. If you follow the tips and strategies I have shared in this video, you will be well on your way to success. Thank you for watching and staying with us to the end of the video. If you enjoyed watching this video, then please like, comment, and subscribe to our YouTube channel for more exciting content. Also, don't forget to share this video, as I'm quite sure that there are people in your cycle that will find the information contained in this video valuable.